Hey guys, Coldbrew here. Welcome back to another Raid Challenge video. I'm sorry, but I kind of lied when I said I'm thinking about the future. I'm not really gonna go for the future. And the reality is, I'm actually gonna go for the events and tournaments that we have, but not for the fusion. No, the reason for that is pretty simple. My account is endgame, but I am a denier of the soulstone packs. I refuse to buy any of the soulstone packs or anything that is offered about that. What I'm doing instead is I'm using my resources to might as well just pick up whatever is freely available. And I also do the Iron Twins dungeon every single day with a refresh, and hopefully I'll pick up some soul stones. I have enough of this essence right here, the mortal soul coin, then these gold ones and the better ones, and then also have enough to pick up some of the blessings. Why am I doing this? Because my account is end game. Any player out there who wants to eventually push, I would say from mid game and higher, should be trying to get those easy rewards through the events and tournaments. And a good example of this is the champion training event we have right now, where I stopped exactly at the point where I wanted to. Could I have pushed another 1,000 points to get prosecutor? Yeah. I would still need another 15 for the fusion, and honestly, I don't think it's worth it for my account or any other account that has a nuker. All right, it's a bit too much, and I'm guessing Plarium has another fusion by the end of the month. But look at this: 10 immortal soul essences for this amount of points, which is not crazy to do over 5 days. 10 immortal soul essences is huge. It's the best reward that you can get out of these events whenever they pop up. I also got one mortal soul essence, which is nice. Like I get 10 on average from doing hard, brutal, and nightmare Hydra clan boss every single week. And we also get double the rewards because my clan actually beats it. So these 10 immortal soul essences are half of what is required. And these take an enormous amount of runs in the Iron Twins to get them. And I've been saving those for quite a bit. I haven't been buying them just blindly, but I do have right now 46 of these. I had 60. I had actually 36 because I bought Trundas today. And this is your way of getting those small upgrades to your champions wherever possible. And the blessings will allow you to get those easy upgrades. We also have another tournament going on right now for the dragon, which very similarly provides 750 of these coins at 1300 points, which is pretty easy to get. That's about 1300 energy, I would say. Maybe even less for dragon. It depends on which difficulty you're doing. I would say do 20. You'll still get good gear. Dragon is always worth running, and you'll get these coins. And these are almost, one soulstone, which can be so random. But eventually, your account will start looking a little bit more red, right? That's our goal here. Our goal is to push our account to have as many blessings as possible on the champions that need it. And if you see right here on the top, I do have some solid blessings like on my Yannicka. That was from a separate event, which I don't count for as easy to get. But my Sir Nicholas was a lucky one that I pulled. And these are really the biggest value that you can get. Anything that's 2-star and above, this is the best value that you can get. All the other ones though, like my Sifi, my Acrisia, my Lydia, my Krisk, my Rotos, my Tranda, all of these I bought slowly but surely with 20 immortal soul essences. And those give those small upgrades. So let's give an example of Sifi. I have this one here, temporal chains. This can be very useful in decreasing speed for each active buff on the enemies. Then I have Acrisia with cruelty. Cruelty allows you to ignore defense by another 5% on bosses, which is huge. I don't use this for champions, but this is huge and will actually show you a lot of difference in damage potential for your whole team for the clan boss. So imagine you have this in one of your, let's say not legendary champions, but epic champions. And we'll scroll down a little bit and you'll see on how many of these I've got the 1-stars as well. My Husk, my Ugo, and I believe my Geomancer I have bought. And I was trying to push Geomancers a little bit higher. I think I bought the Geomancer, but I'm trying to push these blessings so I can get the cruelty upgrade on most of them. And this is huge for me personally for the Hydra, but will be huge for you guys as well. For not only the Hydra, but also Clan Boss, Doom Tower, and any other dungeon you might be finding difficulty with. This is basically free stats eventually when you can get it upgraded to higher and higher blessings. So let's see, the 4-star cruelty on Royal Guard gives me another 20% crit damage, which it's not easy to get. You reach a point where 20% crit damage means pushing your gear to its limits, and trying to get that amount can be very, very difficult. But this basically, it's through the blessings. This is the part where you have to consider, should I go for the dungeons? Should I go for the fusion? Well, me personally, not gonna go for the fusion, not gonna go the full way. Like my silver, I'm saving for, the future. Maybe I find some more gear that I need upgrading. The artifact enhancement event gives nothing in terms of what I've just mentioned. So like the blessings, we don't get anything like that. So there's no reason for me to push this, but I am pushing dungeon divers. I think there was a reward here, 750. Then I stopped. And then champion training, I also stopped exactly at where I needed to. And as more events pop up, and they will be popping up, I try to get those. Of course, to close this off, unfortunately, this is, it gives us stuff for the, maybe not even the mid game, I would say the end game, and the late game and end game players. I would say the biggest problem is the mid game players who used to have maybe epic skill books at those ranges of points. That is the biggest problem that is created right now, because they would lose out on the epic skill books, they would lose out on gems, they would lose out on maybe the void shard, as I mentioned in my previous video. So this is kind of bad for them. But for me, and maybe for you guys out there, consider this, consider doing it just for these Mortal Soul Stones. For now, I'm saving them also because I want to do like a big video where I try to summon as many as I can in one shot, and be disappointed in one day, or instead of being disappointed every single day of just be pulling 2 or 3 of these soul stones. So instead I'll do it in one day, and then hopefully I'll have enough save to do some of the bigger ones as well, and maybe those, maybe I'll get a higher star. That's the idea, to eventually get something off your wish list that's going to completely change the way that you see your teams. Like my seer, my dream right now is to get a 6-star seer. 6-star seer is the absolute dream, I think, for many, even the end game players who have absolutely beasts of seers. My seer is sitting right now at 297, but a 6-star blessing will be huge for her, not just for the crit damage boost, which will be a solid 20%, right? But also because I'll give her this blessing right here, Crushing Rend, which will also help her ignore defense on all of her hits. Why is this important? This is not important for the bosses where Seer is usually capped out, but this is very important for the waves, and especially the Fire Knight wave and building teams with Seer, because this will allow you to basically ignore 1% for every 10 levels, and this blessing becomes the most important in dungeons, where on stage 25 you ignore 35% of the enemy's defense for every hit. And of course, this actually even works on the first hit each round. So I mean, even a 1-star would be nice if I ever got it, because this will actually be the same thing. But the ignore defense is for every 50 levels. So for 25, that's what it's gonna be, that 7%. So it's still something. It's like having a cruel set even on a 1-star. So that's it. Think about those when you're looking at these events. Don't completely ignore them. I know that many of you guys have decided to ignore the fusion. All the power to you, but remember, these events actually have some rewards that you might not be considering their full effect. I'm still undecided on the blessings if I'll ever be spending on these, but for now I have kept my cool, even on those packs which were offered for $1 for one Mortal Soul Stone, not this one. Even for those, I managed to resist, and I think I'm doing a good job. So this was the video, guys. Leave your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.